Gotta love Texas. I know I told you all that I would never review a Honda Ridgeline, but times have changed a little bit. So I actually just want to take a look at this. You know, I haven't been out to look at one of these new Ridgelines yet. I have been in and driven the new Pilot personally. I actually have a relative who bought a Pilot Platinum Limited, whatever the highest model of that is, and this is pretty much the same thing but with a pickup truck bed on the back. Let's take a look at this thing. Now, it's going to be difficult to get up close into some of the components, mainly because it's unibody, does not use leaf springs, it's coil sprung all the way around, and you know, trying to squeeze into some of these spots may be a little difficult, but let's see what we can find out here. So this is the rear fender well, and that's all plastic lined. You go above it, everything's E-coated, coil sprung, fully independent rear suspension. Again, this is a unibody platform. It's not a body on frame platform like you see with most all domestic pickup trucks. Here's a better view of the rear suspension. Again, coil sprung. Fully independent setup back here. Does have a factory sway bar built in. This is that storage compartment that's underneath the bed. It's all polymer, including the bed. And then here's your hitch system, which is actually attached here to the unibody structure. Looks like it's 1/16 of an inch thick. Up front, it's also fully independent front suspension. This uses coil-over technology. Basically, the coil wraps around the shock absorber, uses a strut, and then a strut tower, which is up here on top. Again, this is all E-coated. And here's the front suspension underneath. There's the drive shaft right there, making it an all-wheel drive platform. Not a lot of ground clearance. There's absolutely no way I could crawl underneath this truck if I wanted to. Wouldn't even get close. Unless I didn't want to get back out. Moving on to the interior of this. Leather interior. Very nice interior. I would have to say that, you know, this is based, in my opinion, more on a SUV platform than a truck platform. But the interior of this definitely screams luxury SUV. 8-inch nav screen. Push button start. Cup holders. Even the material here looks really nice. This unit has a sunroof. Some safety options here. Lane departure warning. Front and rear parking sensors, track control. This has the rear collision avoidance on it as well, along with the seat vibration. Going in the rear of this truck. It's got a good amount of legroom. It actually has more legroom than the Toyota Tacoma that I tested. I would definitely say this is a competitor against the Toyota Tacoma far more than a half-ton pickup in all senses. I believe the tow ratings are also very similar. And to be completely honest with you, I would say that this is probably a lot nicer than a Toyota Tacoma in terms of interior. Everything on this truck is very, very nice, well put together. But again, it's also not a traditional truck platform. Technically, it's not sitting on the type of frame that you would expect in a truck. It's sitting on a unibody constructed frame, very similar to modern mid-size SUVs, crossovers, cars, frame design. Unibody platforms are known for their rigidity, and because of that, the suspension works very, very well and gives them a very car-like feel. So that would be a benefit here. Very large center console here in the back. It's nice and flat. They give you good padding for each one of your arms that'll be on it. So this is kind of unique. They actually put a cup holder in the door itself. Most of the time it's way down low at the bottom of the door, but in this case it's up high in the door along with a pocket that looks like it's designed to hold your cell phone. So that's really nice. It's very convenient if you're going to be a passenger in this vehicle to have your cup holder right here. Well, you would expect this to have a slow open tailgate, but it doesn't, so it's just pretty much going to fall. And it's actually a lot heavier than I would have thought. The tailgate is significantly heavier than almost every tailgate I've felt on half-ton pickup trucks, the Toyotas, anything. It doesn't seem as if they put any type of torque assist inside of this particular tailgate to help lift it up. And it feels pretty hefty. Now, this is the composite bed. It feels incredibly robust. I know they did a similar test to the bed in here that Chevy did on their trucks, dropping a bunch of bricks in it, and of course it's plastic, and it's very thick plastic, so it holds up very well against that. You have a little electronic button here that you press. It lets you pop this up, and it gives you a huge storage compartment underneath here. To give you an idea, you could probably store a 2,000 watt generator, inverter generator in here easily, maybe even two of them. This is pretty large. Size-wise, I don't know the exact cubic foot of volume, but let's just say it's pretty big. And it's nice because it pretty much would keep anything you put in here very dry. It's sealed very well around the edge. That's actually really neat. But because of that, the bed also sits a little bit higher than I guess it would have to if you didn't have this. Typically, the bed would sit, I don't know, maybe about 4 inches lower than it does. They do give you bed lights, also a power rear window. But all in all, the bed's really nice in this truck. That composite material is very thick and it feels very robust. This is a similar type material that Toyota puts in the back of their Tacoma pickup trucks as well. Very durable. Again, wish the tailgate was a little bit lighter than it currently is. Not that, you know, most people are going to have a problem lifting it, but with the technology that most trucks are incorporating into their tailgates with torsion bars and other things to assist them, it's just kind of strange that a Honda tailgate, which, you know, typically everything's super light, feels the heaviest of all of them. Now here's the window sticker on this particular truck, and if you've shopped Honda before, you realize they really don't discount too much. They may take $1,000 or $2,000 off of that price during negotiation, but in reality, you're not going to get much of a discount off of the asking price on a Honda vehicle. Fog lights, it has LED headlights on it as well. Auto high beam, has a 400 watt AC inverter. That's pretty significant. A 400 watt AC inverter is actually a larger inverter than what you get on the new Ford Super Duty that has a 300 watt inverter. Has a walk-away auto lock. It detects a key fob in your pocket, and as you walk away from the vehicle, it automatically locks the truck for you. Here's all your safety features: road departure, lane departure, forward collision, lane keeping, adaptive cruise control, and collision mitigation braking system. Basically, if you get into an accident while driving this vehicle, you have really screwed up. After reading the description, I saw something that said dual action tailgate, so I came back here and obviously figured out what that gap on the other side is for. Reach down here, pull the handle, and it opens like a car door. So that's kind of cool. You need to eliminate the tailgate completely, or if you're tailgating and you want better access under here, you can get much closer to it without having to lean over the tailgate. That's pretty nice. It's nice that they made the headlight LED and then they put this really cool LED accent trim around the side of it, but they made the high beam regular halogen, which I don't quite understand. I figure if you're going to do LEDs, you know, go all the way and do LEDs everywhere. And down here at the bottom as well, halogen turn signal, you would expect that to be LED. So I haven't done a complete review of this in terms of taking out and driving it. Like I said, I've been in one of these before. I know what it rides like. I wanted to do an overview of the outside of it as well as some of the basic things that I go over on most other trucks from an internal exterior perspective. But I'd like to know in my comments if you all think I should actually do a review of this on the road to give you a good idea of how it drives and basically go over driving dynamics and characteristics in that sense. Let me know. I'd like your feedback on that. Anyways, guys, let me know if it's time to trade in the Super Duty for a Honda Ridgeline. If you haven't had a chance to subscribe to my channel, please do so. Give me a thumbs up if you like my content so I know I can bring you more of it. Take care, everyone.